Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to continue to be your daily advocate. If you're new here or you're not subscribed for any reason, please do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button. Thank you to all of you who have been watching and following me for so long. It truly means a lot, and I'm glad that I can be this person.
Ripple is one of the leading providers of enterprise blockchain and crypto solutions for cross-border payments. Welcome to the DEA community. It is so nice to see Ripple continuing to make strides and pushing XRP adoption. XRP's network effect will only continue to grow as it continues to underpin a financial system built directly into the internet. XRP and Ripple are going to be leading players in creating an internet of value. It is so unfortunate that this is an American company working with all these other countries all over the world while the American government attacks Ripple. It sucks, but I think once this lawsuit is over, there is no doubt in my mind Ripple and XRP are going to be making massive announcements in America, and it's only a matter of time until we start seeing announcements like this taking place in the USA. I cannot wait for that to happen. I cannot wait for this lawsuit to be over with, but what I'm about to show you in this video is I really think we are at the tail end of this lawsuit, and I think once it is over, there is no doubt in my mind we will see plenty of announcements just like this, only way bigger as they roll into the biggest economy in the entire world. Let's keep moving. And this was the breaking news that was filed just today. Ripple fires letter of motion to compel the SEC to turn over notes regarding a 2018 meeting between Brad Garlinghouse and former Commissioner Roisman. The SEC refuses, claiming they are privileged. So, for those of you who don't know, I was a little surprised by this initially because I didn't know Roisman had such a place in this lawsuit. We've been focusing on a lot of different commissioners, but Elad Roisman has kind of been a mystery figure and we haven't seen too much out of him. We know he's been very supportive of crypto and very supportive of Ripple, but really hasn't said too much. But what I'm about to show you is going to blow your mind. Roisman literally took a bullet for Ripple and I believe was actually ousted from the agency afterwards. Let's take a look at this. In one of the depositions, and this totally got overlooked this entire time, we see right here one of the Ripple lawyers was asking Brad Garlinghouse a question. He said, in these meetings with the commissioners, did any of the commissioners tell you that they did not believe that XRP is a security? Brad Garlinghouse says, yes. The lawyer says, who? And he says, I recall Commissioner Roisman very specifically saying, I am sorry you've even had to come here. I think that the confusion about the status of XRP he viewed as not healthy for the market. I do not recall less about the meeting with Commissioner Peirce. So right here, we see that Elad Roisman, a commissioner for the SEC, is straight up saying that he does not believe XRP is a security, and he is saying that he does not believe this uncertainty about XRP's status is healthy for the market. The fact that Elad Roisman is saying this is straight up disproving this entire lawsuit against Ripple. The SEC has tried to say that they have always had a clear position on XRP, but that is obviously not true. We are reading a statement from Elad Roisman, an SEC commissioner right now, and saying that the confusion being created right now is absurd and it's only hurting the market. He says right here, I'm sorry you even had to come here. That right there shows that he thinks this whole thing is ridiculous, and then says, I think the confusion about the status of XRP is not healthy for the market. This is absolutely massive, and we also have to look at the fact that when the question was asked, the lawyer who was asking him said, did any of the commissioners tell you that they believe that XRP is not a security? And Brad Garlinghouse says yes. So right here, we have proof that the SEC very recently stated that XRP was not a security. This is huge because this disproves the SEC's entire lawsuit where they are trying to say it's been clear the entire time that XRP is a security. Obviously, it's not if some of the commissioners are vocally telling Ripple, we don't believe XRP is a security. Do you see how absurd this is? It is so obvious that Ripple was not given any fair notice that the SEC might have believed what they were doing was wrong, because half of the commission didn't even think Ripple was doing anything wrong. It's completely absurd, but I tweeted out, boom, Roisman is a hero. He took a bullet for Ripple. Hester obviously said the same thing, but they didn't want to lose her at the SEC. It is very obvious to me that Roisman took the bullet for Ripple by letting Ripple come out and say, hey, this guy literally told us XRP is not a security. Roisman likely knew that he was going to get kicked out of the agency for doing this, and just a couple weeks ago, coincidentally, before this was released, he left the SEC. I thought it was also super interesting on the Hester Peirce side of this. They said, I don't recall less about the meeting with Commissioner Peirce. Obviously they recall, but they don't want to lose her too. If they lose both of them, you're losing two of the most crypto-friendly people in the SEC. Ripple needed to use Elad Roisman to advance their argument and prove that the SEC has been incapable of regulating this industry. But at the same time, that was enough to prove that the SEC has been uncertain this entire time. They also did not have to put Commissioner Peirce under the bus, because then they would just be losing two of the most crypto-happy regulators at the SEC. This was super interesting, and Jeremy Hogan points out, well, the SEC obviously responded to saying this, and what Ripple was asking for was the actual documents from this meeting. The SEC obviously came back and said, you're not getting those documents, they are privileged. And Jeremy Hogan tweets out, as seen below, the SEC has no tenable bias for raising the DPP privilege here, since it conceded to Solomon that the notes cannot be related to the investigation of Ripple. Seems the SEC is throwing this DPP Hail Mary and hoping the Judge Torres bails them out on the appeal. So why is it such a Hail Mary that the SEC shouldn't have to hand over these documents? And the SEC doesn't want to hand over these documents, obviously, because it destroys their case. And what they're going to try to do right now is say that Brad Garlinghouse was lying in this deposition and Elad Roisman never said this. So what Ripple is trying to do is get the actual notes from the meeting taken by the SEC and bring them to the court and say, look, their own notes said they didn't know XRP was a security. So how would we know XRP was a security? Actually, their notes said XRP wasn't a security. And what is so funny about this is the SEC is claiming we shouldn't have to hand those over because they're DPP protected. But this guy points out, how can these meeting notes be privileged if the meeting involved the actual defendant in the case? If Brad was there, wouldn't it seem odd that the SEC can claim that? Isn't the whole concept of privilege supposed to center on confidentiality? So this guy's pointing out, this is clearly not DPP because Brad Garlinghouse was there. He saw this entire meeting take place as he was present for it. So how could it be some matter of security or some matter of privacy if these notes got brought to the court? Brad was already there. Nothing is being leaked here that hasn't already been known by the Ripple legal team. Brad just wants the notes so he can come to the court and say, look, I'm not lying. This happened. It is so absurd that the SEC is trying to deny this, and it's so crazy that they are continuing to go on with this BS case. Like I said earlier, they have not brought a valid argument to this case in such a long time. They are constantly just defending themselves from these attacks by Ripple as Ripple continues to chisel away at their horrible arguments. And if we keep moving, we can see, what did the SEC respond to this? Their classic extension of time. The SEC right now is like a wounded gazelle running away from a pack of cheetahs. Yes, they are running. Yes, they can dodge. Yes, they might make a move here or there that Ripple didn't expect, but at the end of the day, they are gonna get caught. They are already hurt too badly to get away from this. I think it's a matter of time until Ripple catches up and finishes them off once and for all. Luckily for us, we now have other agencies coming into this, and we have Empower oversight, and I am so happy for what they are doing. They are launching a third-party investigation into the actions dealt by Hinman, and what they are saying is, how is it possible that we had someone like William Hinman supporting a law firm, getting paid millions of dollars to go on stage and with his own personal opinion give a free pass to one blockchain, one cryptocurrency, and then send the SEC after another. This is just so good for us to see, because now we see the SEC getting hit from multiple sides. It is no longer just them versus Ripple. It is now them versus Ripple versus Deaton and Empower. The walls are closing in on the SEC. Eventually, they're going to have to take a step back and say, look, this is becoming a lot, and this is getting bad faster than we thought. Like I've said multiple times, the SEC was hoping they could walk into court, say, we're the SEC, this is going to happen like this, and you're not going to argue with us. That is not happening. They are getting way more pushback than they ever expected, and it's because me, you, and everyone else are not letting them get away with this. We are holding them accountable for the things they've said in the past. We are holding them accountable for the things they did at the agency, and we are holding them accountable for the fact that they are showing clear conflicts of interest and putting out guidance that doesn't make any sense and is completely different from things they've said in the past. Let's keep moving though. And I wanted to point out these last two things very quickly. This is a meeting between Jay Clayton and Brad Garlinghouse, and essentially he was submitted evidence at one of the depositions, and it's so funny. Brad Garlinghouse goes to Jay Clayton and says, look, how can we structure XRP so you don't think it's not a security? And Jay Clayton responds, I don't really want to talk about security status of XRP. I would rather talk about the technology. Dude, you're the head of the SEC. What do you mean you don't want to talk about security status? It's literally your job. Jimmy Val tweets out, what does Jay Clayton mean? It's not right. It's not the right forum to be discussing this topic. You're the SEC gov talking to the chairman. What other forum are you supposed to go to? This is literally the whole effing reason you're having this meeting. Shaking my head. And then right here, just to finish it off, one last crazy quote by good old Jay Clayton. The SEC has not formally asserted the regulatory authority over Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any other participants in Bitcoin's or Ethereum network. In addition, the SEC chairman in 2018 stated that cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum are replacements for sovereign currencies, and that type of currency is not a security. These two sentences completely contradict each other. What are we watching right now? The dude literally says the SEC has not said this, and then says the SEC chairman says the exact thing he just said the SEC didn't say.
So enjoy your day, everybody. I'm always here for you. Leave any comments or questions below, and be sure to subscribe. But thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you. Enjoy your day, and I always have your back. So thanks so much, everybody.